Greetings, Your Majesties. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well and you loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my esteemed subscribers. You're loved, celebrated and appreciated. So France paid Burkina Faso 60 million euros. And why? Obviously, from the title, you already know that they paid it for the release of the spies sent to Burkina Faso that were caught. Hey. This is another information that is not circulating on the mainstream media. Yeah. You see why Macron have been running mad for the past few days? Because Ibrahim Traore is really getting on his nerves, according to him. And the thing is making him feel like, I need to get this man and squeeze him. You know that kind of feeling when you feel when you're so frustrated, you don't know what to do, and you're like, That was the state he was. And I think this was part of the reason and a lot more why they wanted to lure him into, okay, we're inviting you to come for Donald Trump's inauguration, blah 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 blah, and the rest of it. Your Majesty. So France had lost a lot of money because, of course, remember, Air France is having issues. Why? Because they're losing money. Why? Because they use their hand to cause problem for themselves. Okay, a lot of Africans fly Air France, and they felt like they needed to punish the Sahel for kicking them out. Okay, and they were like, oh, our airline is not gonna fly through your airways anymore. It's a punishment for you kicking us out and taking over. It's a punishment for you military thugs. That's what they feel. This is how they felt. Is a punishment for you military juntas for taking over and kicking out our loyal puppets. They felt like they were punishing the Sahel leaders. They never knew that these military leaders had already planned for them. It's like France's case was already in their hearts. They are prepared for France very, very well. And then the military leader said, okay, since you use your hand to cause trouble for yourself, we don't even want you anymore. Go away. So when it was time for the French to say, okay, we have now forgiven you. Our airlines can now fly through your airways. The Sahel region said, we don't want your airlines in our airways. If we see your airlines in our airways, we are shooting it down. And that was the beginning of the nightmare. Another angle of the nightmare. Okay? A lot of money started coming down. Like, they make a lot of money from that angle. It's not coming anymore. They lost a lot. The uranium is not coming anymore. They are paying a lot to get more so that they can enjoy the electricity. They enjoy the electricity. Those who own the resources don't have electricity. But you that think that you are the one that should enjoy it, you come and take out this electricity in a very low price. Like it was like Niger was dashing them uranium. And after that, a lot went down still. It wasn't enough. And Macron had to pay 60 million euros for these spies of theirs to be released. And they did this behind closed door, quietly. They don't want the world to know. Because, of course, they did it quietly. And I was happy that Ibrahim Traore asked for that amount. You will pay 60 million euros if you want these guys to come to you alive. Because you sent them in as spies to come and monitor me and see what is giving me the guts to make decisions that I make. Because Ibrahim Traore, they became scared. Where is this guy getting his mind from? Why is he so strong-headed? Why is his name going everywhere? Why are all the youth in Africa following him? Wherever he goes to, everybody jump as if he's their leader. They were so confused and they sent spies. And those spies, Ibrahim took over those spies. Let's listen to this information, Your Majesties.
La France paid Burkina Faso 60 million euros for the release of its intelligence agents who were arrested at their hotels in Ouagadougou, in the country's capital city, in late 2023. Now, according to the article, they lacked proper diplomatic visas, but worse, they were found with incriminating pictures of the country's sensitive buildings on their mobile phones, leading to accusations of espionage. And all this took place in a context where the relations between the two countries were already tense, hotter than a boiling pot ready to welcome tea leaves for the Swahili tea. You see, the four men spent over a year in the West African country, initially in prison, then later moved into two luxurious villas in the sunny capital city with only occasional visits from French consul and a lawyer. Look, this story was buried in mystery until December 2024, and the French newspaper Le Monde described it as the most severe internal crisis faced by the French intelligence agency, which led to the dismissal of the former chief by President Macron. However, this is where it gets interesting, because the negotiation for their release reached a deadlock, locked tighter than my chances of winning the lottery today. And this situation inspired Paris to think about a possible secret military rescue mission. In my village, they say, what an old man can see while lying down, a child even standing cannot see it. But in the end, they realized that the risks were higher than the reward, and rightfully so, because this could have potentially turned into what happened to the US in the Battle of Mogadishu, but here involving Mali and Niger. Then France reached out to Morocco, which played a crucial role in securing their release, and the source claims the liberation cost France 60 million euros from French taxpayers, a claim Paris denies. You see, the kingdom was the right negotiator because it maintained diplomatic relations with Burkina Faso after the military coup. And I think it is safe to speculate that as a result of Morocco's role in this saga, France shifted its stance in the Western Sahara dispute and now stands with the kingdom. Look, Western Sahara view itself as an independent state, but Morocco consider it as part of its territory, similar to what to Somaliland and Somalia. But you see, in politics, there are no enemies, just interest, and still it's the people who suffer. Oh well, since the game is no longer rigged, let them play.
So hilarious anyway, but the information is past, and it was when he went to Morocco for all these underground arrangements that he exclaimed that Africa is also his home and his continent.
L'Afrique est mon continent et ma maison.
Africa is my continent and my home. These were the words recently proclaimed by French President Emmanuel Macron, sparking waves of anger, frustration, and disbelief across Africa and among its allies worldwide. But what did he mean by this? Is it a claim of endearment, or a stark reminder that France may still view Africa as its backyard, a region it can influence, control, and profit from? I don't know about you, but I am in shock to hear Macron say this, as if the cry of Africans for France to let them alone fall on deaf ears.
I told you, the team was up here for Macron. He did not know what to do anymore, and he was so confused at that point, and he just needed to make that exclamation that Africa is his home and his continent as well. So this is the truth. This is how it went down. And the fact that he had to pay, they have to pay that money secretly, try to make everything, on a low key, so that things can just happen and go away, is something that we have to ask ourselves question. It shows that the whole of the Sahel, the Sahel leaders are really shaking the world. It shows that the Sahel leaders and their leadership is shaking the world. Yes. And I was happy that Ibrahim Traore made that bold step. You have to pay for them. If you want them to be released to you, you have to pay. And because France know that they are at fault, And this time around, they wouldn't be going head on with Burkina Faso alone. There is Mali in one corner, there is Niger in another corner. So they needed to, rearrange themselves because already, those two have them at heart and are already waiting for opportunity for them. What do you think? Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.